How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Donald Trump's alleged comments that were made during a meeting about immigration, chain migration, DACA, the wall, etc., so on and so forth. Now, these comments, before we get into it, were given to us by an unnamed source. That could be anybody. It could be some wino on the street. It could be a journalist over at the Communist News Network, the Clinton News Network, CNN, NBC, ABC. It could be somebody in the actual White House. Who knows? I would like for this person to come forward and reveal their face, also with some evidence, some audio tape, videotape, something that shows what the president actually said in its proper context. But I digress. The unnamed source said that Trump said that people that come from Haiti, parts of Africa, also maybe El Salvador, come from quote unquote shithole nations. And I won't say the entire thing right here. Some of you have heard that full expletive already on television, CNN, NBC, ABC. If you don't watch those channels, you probably already saw it on Facebook, Twitter, where they have clips of what they said, which is kind of crazy. It's like, okay, you're just going to suspend the FCC's rules on using curse words on television, live TV, cable, broadcast, or whatever. But the unnamed source also said that we should get more immigrants that come from places like Norway. Now, you already know that is a recipe for people to call Trump a racist. Don Lemon got on CNN and said Donald Trump is a racist. Looked straight into the camera and said it. It was no ifs, ands, or buts, just from an allegation, which is pretty crazy because I always thought it was innocent until proven guilty. But I guess with the whole Me Too kerfuffle, the phenomenon going on with that, and with the current state of affairs in politics, with everyone hating down on Trump that's on the left that works primarily in mainstream media, I guess all you need is an accusation to just label somebody as a villain, right? But I'm going to move on. So people are triggered, cursing on TV. One guy, it was a white guy, talking about his ancestors, his parents, grandparents, or whatever. They came from, I don't know, Ireland, Scotland, somewhere in Europe, talking about, we came from S-hole. I'm a proud S-holer. It's like, come on. Come on. Like, what are we really doing? It's been a lot of reaction, but I want to get into my personal thoughts about it. Now, my first thought is I doubt that what was said, that Trump said, was actually what was said. He may have said some things along those lines, but not quite using that language and not quite in the way that the person, the unnamed source, says that he did. Dick Durbin came out and said that what the person said was true, but at the same time, they didn't. Dick Durbin said something about Haitians in his community, and then he said, Trump said, why do we need more Haitians? That's a far cry from Haiti as an S-hole. And then it got into Africa, and then that's when the whole S-hole comments came up. And the funny part about what Dick Durbin said, and I'll place those comments in the description box below if I can find a video for you. The funny part was when he was talking about chain migration, and Dick Durbin was like, how can you use that term? Don't you know how hurtful it is to African Americans who came over here in chains? I'm like, really, Dick Durbin? Really? So you're going to say that I should be offended at the term chain migration because I think about chains that we came over? I mean, come on. It's crazy. Like, that's not what that is. It's an actual term used by the government for a long time. Chain migration does not refer to chains. It refers to one person bringing over others with them through like kind of a chain. You know, they are the beginning of it, and then their family members, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandmas, nieces, nephews, or whatever, they're the other parts of the chain. Okay. I never thought about it in the way of slavery. See, you're reaching. And then Dick Durbin said, Trump said, that's a good line about the whole, you know, African Americans and slavery and chain migration, which does make sense for Trump to say something like that. Even though Dick Durbin said that the person who said what Trump said about S-hole countries was telling the truth, even his interpretation of what happened was different than what was said in the original source that's been all over the news media. Okay, so let's just get that clear. Now, my personal thoughts, I think this is really hilarious, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think that Trump said what he said, but I do think that some countries are S-holes. And we can't deny that. I mean, look, let's talk about Haiti right quick. Now, Haitians, don't get triggered. I love y'all. The Haitians that I know are excellent, excellent people. But let's not play any games. Let's not act like Haiti is in great shape. Haiti is in poor shape, and it has been for a long time, even before the earthquake. Everybody knows that. Okay. You have a mass influx of Haitians trying to come over here from Haiti, risking their life, trying to go to South Florida on rafts, dinghies, or whatever. It's not true the other way around. Nobody's leaving Little Haiti, North Miami, Liberty City, or whatever to come back to Haiti or Jamaica through waters with sharks and all that on the dinghy. Nobody's doing that. So let's just get that clear. It's a one-way thing. So if Haiti was a great country that everybody wanted to go to, then why is that the case? Why is it only one-way traffic coming from that island, not coming back to live? Okay. And then all the talking heads that are on TV talking about, I saw one person talking about Haiti rocks, hashtag Haiti rocks on Twitter. It's like, come on, why lie? You don't have to hate Haitians to understand that Haiti is not a good country to live in. Okay. Maybe there's some good spots. Maybe some Haitians like their home, and that's fine, but I'm not going to Haiti. I like America. I'm an American. I like it here. I'm not going to a third world poor country like that. It doesn't matter if it's mostly black, white, or whatever. Okay. I'm not going to, Ukraine. I'm not going to Haiti. I'm not going to Argentina. I'm not going to Burma or something. I'm just not going. Sorry. I'm not going to Tibet. I'm not going to Mongolia. I'm not going to Siberia. I'm not going to any of these places with little to no resources, with extreme climate, places where you got to go get 1 million shots. I'm not going to Somalia. I'm not going to Ethiopia. I'm not going to Central African Republic. I'm just not going. Sorry. Maybe if you're from there, you like it there, but I'm not going. And I doubt that most of the talking heads on television being so outraged at what Trump allegedly said about these countries are going to go there either. They're not going to go to vacation there. Most of them are going to go straight to Europe, go to Italy, France, UK, Netherlands, and that's it. When you think vacation, you don't think, hey, I'm going to go to Somalia and just have a great time in the desert and risk my life not even being able to get to the place. I mean, come on, let's just be real. Some countries are bad. And what's also funny to me is that people are triggered about him talking about Norway, saying that we should get more immigrants from Norway. First of all, European countries like Norway and other Western European nations, they have a hard time getting over here to the States because preferential treatment is given to the third world and second world places. That's what I know. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments below. But that's pretty much what it is. The second thing is, why is he racist for that? But the left always champions places like Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Portugal, UK, France, Germany, or whatever. Whenever a topic is brought up like healthcare, education, renewable energy, they always bring up some random European country. They bring up Switzerland, they bring up Germany, they bring up Sweden, Denmark, Norway. They bring up UK, they bring up France, they bring up Portugal. Drug policy is the biggest one. Anytime I say something about drugs and I say that I'm against drugs, what does anybody say? If you are a proponent of drugs, for the most part, you'll say, what about Portugal? I was like, okay, why not talk about somewhere like Burkina Faso or Niger or Togo or Benin? Why not places like that? Why not Burma? Why not Thailand? Why not Indonesia? Why not Philippines? Okay. Why always the European countries? But God forbid Trump says we need more Norwegians. All of a sudden he's a racist. But the left, they're not racist. We're always trying to compare how America could be better by comparing us to mostly 80-90% white countries in Europe. Okay. And like I said, none of them are going to be vacationing in these countries that they say that are so great. Haiti rocks, but are you going to go to Haiti for your vacation? Or are you going to go somewhere, Italy, south of France, somewhere like that? All these rappers, ball players, or whatever, they go to Europe for their vacation. They don't go to some poor third world country. That's the truth. So everybody knows that there are some countries that are bad. And also, as I close, you have people that talk about DACA, the wall, this, that, and the third. And they say that, well, we need DACA to protect these young immigrants who came from war-torn, poor, impoverished, terrible countries that had to escape. Okay, so if a country is poor, war-torn, impoverished, dangerous, all these different things, then Is it wrong to call it an S-hole? Maybe the language is harsh. I wouldn't use curse words. I don't curse. But what's the actual difference between what's being said? Either way, it's an undesirable place that you don't want to live. Okay? You could call it the S-hole. You could call it poor. You could call it war-torn. It's really the same thing. You're describing the same sentiment that Trump is trying to get out. So in reality, there's no difference. Okay? On one hand, you say that these countries are poor and they're war-torn. But on the other hand, you say they're not S-holes. So which one is it? Are they just great places to live, or are they not? Because if they're great places to live, we don't need any immigrants from there. They can stay right where they are, right? If they're such great places and they're rock and all this and that, okay, stay where you at then. Problem solved. We're on the same page. So as I close here, I think people are more upset at Trump's alleged use of language in the situation. And to Trump's credit, he has said that he did use some harsh language, but not the language that was said in the actual quote. And I'll play some tweets on the screen before you from Trump, right? He also said he didn't say what was said about Haiti, but Haiti is obviously a challenged place, okay? It has problems. Everybody knows that. I mean, beyond the earthquake, before the earthquake, they had issues. Let's not pretend like they don't have problems. And if we're going to say they don't have problems, then again, they don't need to be over here anyway. They could stay right there in their country. Somebody on Facebook was trying to argue with me, talking about, well, these countries are so poor, they're war-torn, people are hungry. If they can't come over here, then they're going to die where they are in their country. I'm like, okay, if you think that way, then how is what you think different than what Trump allegedly thinks? It's the exact same thing. So I think we need to stop getting hung up on semantics, stop getting triggered by these harmful words, hurtful language, and look at what's said as true or false. So what do you think? Do you think that Donald Trump is a racist for calling certain African countries, Haiti, El Salvador, et cetera, S-holes? Now, if you think that way, then tell me this. Are you going to go there for your vacation? Are you going to move there? Do you want to live there? I mean, just go for it. No bodyguards, no vaccinations, none of that. Just go over there and just be there. Or do you think I'm right with my assertion that even if Trump did say what he said, there's some truth to it? There are some nations that are better than others. It's just the reality of it. I think the media doesn't want to call them out. They'll call out certain places. They'll call out Russia all day long as being some S-hole. They won't say those exact words, but they'll talk about Russia like that. I saw a story on NBC the other day, it might have been yesterday, about Russian women coming to the U.S. to deliver their babies, the birth tourism, baby tourism or whatever. And they want to single Russia out as this bad actor in a bad country, but they won't single out other countries that do the exact same thing, like China. China's big, and not only human trafficking, but also having American-born babies. They go straight to California and then go right back to China after the baby is born, okay? Or they might just stay here with an anchor baby, okay? So let's not act like the media does not have a certain bias against white nations and pro nations that are not white. And it's really kind of racist. It's like, look, just cover the news fairly and evenly. Don't try to give preferential treatment for one race or the other. And as I close here, the media will say that Trump is talking about Norway because they're mostly white in a preferential way. Yet the media talks about white nations in a negative way to show preference to countries that have non-white people. And they'll also talk about European nations in a positive way when it benefits them. They pick and choose when they want to be against Europeans or for Europeans, against blacks and for blacks. Like a person like myself would get lambasted on the liberal media because I'm against their policies and their ideologies. But if I'm for them, I get praised like Jesus Christ. But whatever your comments are, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.